welcome to the Kuis8 podcast. We're back, everybody. We've got Rowie over here, and Pratik, and Derek.
Yes, great. Hello.
And Mike as well.
Yeah, hi everybody.
Hello,
Hi, everyone. And we're very happy to be back, and we're back with a very interesting topic. Do you guys know what we're discussing today?
No, Pratik.
What do you have for us?
Okay. Well, today we will talk about Valentine's Day. And love. Love's in the air. It's February.
Love,
Oh, I can feel it. I can taste it in the air. What does it taste like?
Well, you know how Japan has a very different approach to Valentine's and the way they celebrate it.
They have two Valentines, right?
That's true. Yeah.
Valentine's and White
month,
Day.
I guess.
Right.
Yeah. How do you celebrate Valentine's in your respective countries?
Ooh.
Well, me and Mike are from UK.
From the UK.
Yeah. We don't have a white day. I think it's the...
We also don't have a white day in the Philippines.
Yeah, that could only be Japan, right?
I think it is. Or maybe Japan and Korea or something. I'm not really sure.
But I guess traditionally in the UK, usually it's the guy will buy flowers or chocolates, but these days anyone can buy the flowers and chocolates for their significant other.
Yeah.
But you'll have one person will buy the chocolates and flowers for their partner, and often arrange a date.
Yes.
Did you say?
Like a date or... and I think, gifts, chocolate and flowers are usually the kind of normal thing to give, I guess.
Yeah. You can get... my dad always just gave my mum a poem.
A poem?
Oh,
Very
cute.
He's good at poems. He does about 5 a year for like birthdays, Christmas, Valentine's Day, and things like that. Oh, and he always does breakfast in bed.
Oh, very nice.
For my mum. So she'll be sleeping, he'll go downstairs, make delicious big breakfast, and then he'll bring it up on a tray and put some music on for her, and she can relax and enjoy
Romantic, isn't it?
Very, very nice.
Yeah.
It's all about romance, baby.
Yeah.
Well, now that we know what your mom and dad do on the Valentine's, let's talk about you and the other. How do you guys celebrate Valentine's? Or do you have any interesting stories for our listeners?
Oh, okay.
Derek, better not be too embarrassing.
Oh, God. Oh, well, it's very embarrassing. But I remember I think it was junior high school days, and I received a Valentine's card through my letterbox at home. So excited because I never get Valentine's gifts. I didn't have a partner, so I was single at junior high school, and yes, I was so excited. So I actually I got the letter, the card, the Valentine's card, and I went back to school, and I just kept on trying to see. Well, who it was. So
okay.
I went up to many girls. And said, did you give this to me?
That's the thing. Also, sorry, we forgot to mention that we do cards and sign them secretly.
That's right.
Right, that's what Derek's talking
Your
about.
secret admirer.
We have these secret
listeners.
cards. Yeah. We do secret cards, and you don't sign it. You say from
your admirer.
Admirer, yes.
Secret admirer. Yeah.
And then
Sounds creepy.
Some stalker vibes.
But it's quite exciting. So so I spent a good, I think, 2 or 3 days trying to find out who it was who sent me the card. And yes,
I know who it was.
So then I was like, nobody's saying anything. So I went back home.
A mystery.
It was a mystery. And I just I spoke to my mother and said, Mum, I got this card and I don't know who it's from. I've spent now 3 days trying to find out. And my mother said, well, son, that card was from me.
Oh, yeah, I knew it. I knew it.
I love you, son. I was so embarrassed, and I was like, well,
Mom,
the
you just
excitement
crushed
went.
my self-esteem.
Did you go to school the next day and your friends were like,
I
Derek,
was.
did you find out who that card was from?
I didn't tell anybody. I was so embarrassed.
Yeah.
But now I think I love you, Mum. I
that was
really
sweet.
wanted a
Aw.
secret admirer.
Only mums can pull that.
That was the thing though
Unbelievable.
in the school. Like some of the popular girls I remember, and some of the popular boys, they'd get maybe 3 or 4 cards from other people. They'd be on your desk in the morning. Like someone would put them there secretly, and if you had 3 or 4 cards, you were like, yes, I am popular this year. I got 1 or 2, I think.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow.
Yeah.
Look
Whoa.
at you.
Mr. Popular.
Whoa.
That's why I was so excited to get that card, because I never got cards. Maybe 1 or 2 in my
I'll
school
send you a
life.
Valentine's card
Yes.
and make sure.
Oh.
Everybody,
Thank you, Betsy, please.
everyone listening, send Derek a Valentine's card this year.
Yes. I will not give my address out.
We'll leave it on your desk.
Yes.
Yeah. How about in the Philippines?
Well, I'm kind of like Derek. I didn't really get a lot of like Valentine's Day cards and stuff.
Oh, because you went to an all-girls school.
Cause yeah, I did go to, but now that while listening to you guys with this secret admirer thing, a story like just popped in. So, I didn't actually find the note on Valentine's Day, but I think it was left in my bag on Valentine's Day. It was a poem.
Oh.
Wow.
It was a poem. It was a very strange poem. All I remember right now, I remember it because that line is so strange. It says something about Pontius Pilate, and we're a Catholic school, so I can't remember. Of course, I don't know who it was from. I can't remember the poem, but it was in my bag, and it was in this like little side pocket, and I was
someone had gone in there. And
they just put it in there because when I was in high school, we would usually just leave our bags wherever while waiting for our parents or whoever is going to pick us up. And then we would just go around and do whatever we feel like doing. We don't leave it in the classroom. We leave it like outside, like under the walkways or just wherever. Because there's no cars like passing through anyways, right? And I never found it on Valentine's Day. I found it randomly while I was cleaning out my bag.
Wow.
And it was a poem for like I guess it was for a Valentine's Day. It was from a secret admirer.
Oh,
but I was
that's
in an all-girls school, so I was like, wow. It wasn't new. I was in all-girls school, so it was normal for, at least in that space, it was normal to have crushes on other girls. But I was very surprised.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially because I don't really receive like cards or flowers and stuff. I received a few, but not a lot.
Was it a nice poem?
It was a...
Do you remember it?
I don't remember it. All I remember is the Pontius Pilate line. Something about... I don't really remember. I can't remember. But it was a strange poem. I wouldn't say it was romantic. It was more strange, and I was like, what?
Did you remember? Did you find out who it was from?
I have suspicions. Me and my... Of course, I showed my friends, and we have suspicions of who it was from. Probably because we're a huge batch. There were like 8 sections with like 30 to 40 students in each class. It was very hard to figure out, but we had our suspicions. But yeah,
Were you more excited or scared?
I was confused.
Confused.
Appropriate.
I was
Yeah.
very
What's kind of the
It's
middle?
like you're stuck in a limbo. You're excited, but you're also confused, and
Yeah.
you're also creeped out.
Yeah.
You know. I was once sent flowers on Valentine's Day by an ex, and it took me a week to figure out because she never said anything, and then after a week she sends a message from another number. And
For
she
another
goes,
number?
Yeah. And she goes, "Oh well, I sent you those flowers. I hope you like them." I said, "Well, I don't know."
the laugh is very telling. I don't know.
Exactly. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you want me to say? Yeah, I like
Nervous
that.
laughter.
All right. Well, let's get into a bit of a deeper question here. What are some of the? Of course, you can express love on Valentine's Day by exchanging chocolates, flowers, and all that. But what are some of the different ways that you think we can express love, or you express love?
Oh, this is connected to love languages.
Yeah,
Right?
it's
Yeah,
true.
yeah.
What are the love languages?
Physical touch,
Physical touch,
quality time,
quality time,
acts of service,
acts of service, like helping, caring for people.
Is it gift giving?
Yeah, I think
Gift
gift giving
giving?
is one. And affirmations.
Yeah, words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation, basically positive comments about people.
Okay.
There's maybe more, but I think those are the five main ones.
Yeah, I think there's like 5 main love languages.
Yeah.
So which ones do you guys execute?
Well,
Execute.
yeah.
That's so clinical.
For me,
Execute. Terms of endearment.
Because my wife is Japanese, and I think love. I think she has all of them, all the qualities. I think for me, it's just words of affirmation. I like to go, oh, I love you, I love you, every day, but I don't back up my words. In other words, I am lazy. I don't do things for my partner.
What about quality time?
Quality.
Spend time together?
I usually sleep a lot.
Okay.
I guess that's low because it's supposed to be
terrible.
like you rank it based on how you express love the most or how you prefer to receive it. How do you prefer to?
Yes, I want words of affirmation back.
Okay.
But actually, maybe I hope my wife is not listening to this this podcast. But yes, I would like her to do more kind of saying rather than doing. But she does a lot of doing things and making a special meal.
Acts of service.
Acts
I
of
guess,
service
is her way of showing her love.
Yeah, people are different, right? They have very different ways of expressing.
Yeah,
Yes.
true, isn't it?
So interesting. Yeah.
What
about you?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I take a little from each one. Yeah. Words of affirmation. Well, songs of affirmation. I sing to my fiance a lot.
Aww.
Yeah.
And physical touch. I dance. We dance around a lot.
Important, right? Yeah.
And cuddle. And gift giving. Yeah, I like to give her little gifts every now and then. Things that she likes, her favorite food, things like that. What were the other two? Acts of service.
Acts of service.
Yeah, I'm often doing little things here and there to help with the housework or just help with her and her family, things like that.
Yeah.
What's the last one?
What did we forget? Quality time.
Quality time. Oh yeah, we have lots of quality time. I like to watch movies and TV shows and things together, and have little dinner dates where we just chat without TV and things. So
Well, a little bit of everything, right?
We do a lot,
That's the
yeah.
recipe for love,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
That's true.
Rowie, what's it
We
for
got
you?
time though. We got babies, right?
For me, I guess I'd be same as Mike, like a mix of them, but maybe I do acts of service a lot if I really care. Like for my friends and my family, if I can help out or like if I can do something like cooking for them, maybe like if I bake something, I'll be like, do you want this? Do you want that? And also maybe quality time. I like spending time with the people that I love. But what's interesting is I think these things are also affected by culture because my dad is Chinese, right? And my dad, and I don't mean this in a bad way, but I've never heard an I love you from him.
Yeah.
That's just not who he is.
It's not his language.
Yeah, that's not his language. He never tells us like, I love you. You know, there are some people who are very expressive in that way. My dad's love language is actually gift giving.
Yeah, and security, right?
Yeah, and
he likes to
security.
give you things that will help you in your future.
Exactly. So he, I don't know why, but the way that he showers affection towards us is by, making sure that everything is okay, that we're, safe and secure, protected. Yeah. And he also likes, if he sees something, let's say he goes to travel and he sees nice pair of shoes or whatever, he would usually get something from us, even if we don't ask for it. So even if he's just randomly somewhere, he'll be like, I think this is going to be nice for you. So that's his way of showing his love.
I think that's very similar in my case as well. Like my parents, have never seen them, those sweet affirmations. I don't think they exist in their world. But they show their love through service a lot. Quality time, things like that. And I think that's kind of seeped into my personality as well. I'm not very expressive with love and emotions. But yeah, I show it through my actions.
I get you.
So, yeah.
But what's funny is with my dad, so he doesn't use words a lot, but I've learned over time, I guess I'm a bit more expressive over him. It's not like I'd be, I love you, Papa, every day, because I call him Papa. But because I'm far away after our calls, right? So let's say we're talking on the phone. At the end, I usually, whatever we talked about, either it's my mom or dad, say, love you, Papa. I would just say that. Never get anything.
Right.
He's like,
Yes.
oh,
Grunt.
I would never say that to my dad. I think I'll be very embarrassed. But yeah, I think he gets it.
He never says anything. But, okay.
Yeah. Sometimes just a simple look can be enough for some people to express their feelings, right?
You know, from all your experience, what advice can you give our students about love? Don't answer it yet. We have part 2 coming out very soon.
Oh, yes.
Tune into part 2.
Something to look forward to.
We're going to stop there. Please tune in next time to find out.
Some amazing advice.
This was the
Kuis8
podcast.